Hey y'all, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm very excited about this. This is something that I've been working on for quite a bit of time now and kind of going over and fleshing out and talking to people about. So, for my close friends and my family that have heard me talking about this for months now, I am both sorry and grateful. Very much. So, thank you so much for sticking with me. And now we're finally here. So now I get to release this thing to the world that I'm so proud of, and really excited to see where it goes and how it's received and what I can learn from it, what I can bring to the table for other people to learn. I'm thrilled about it in ways that you guys cannot even imagine. So, as you know, the podcast itself is called The Boardroom. And the premise of this discussion, of this platform, is for us to bring together people that are experts or very well versed in whatever area that they're in. That can be some kind of personal feat or a professional achievement or accolade or just area that they excel in, bringing them to the table so that we can discuss some things. We want to have some very grounded, very intentional discussions around things that are impacting everyday people in their everyday lives. As y'all know, there are so many things going on in life right now in our world, and though we have huge things going on around us, sometimes those little day-to-day internal things that we wrestle with, that we're talking about, that we're struggling with, that we're trying to navigate in life, still need to be brought out to the light of day. Someone needs to be able to talk about them. And so I really want to take this time and this platform to do just that. Yes, we'll tackle the big things. We'll tackle the obvious things, of course, but I want us to dig a little deeper. So I'd say one of the things that makes it a little bit more unique for me is that, yes, if I'm talking to a military officer who is, career military and is a colonel now, we may talk about leadership. We may talk about the actual, I'm going to call this mechanics of what he does, right? He or she does, what they've done to get that far in their career. But I also want to talk about some of the things that are a little bit more not obvious, for lack of a better term. Let's talk about the impact that dedicating your life to service in that regard, literal service. What has that impact had on you? What has that had on your family? What if you had to learn about yourself in order to do what you do? What if you had to learn about yourself to be able to do what you do and manage a family and deal with, everything that comes along with, again, just that day-to-day stuff? What kind of toll did those deployments take on you? What are you working through now? So I want us to dig a little bit deeper, because I think the more we do that, the more we'll touch on things that people aren't talking about and bringing up every single day, but they're dealing with it. And honestly, again, the boardroom is a place where you have like-minded individuals or people that are ultimately working towards the same thing or have a shared common purpose. And in this environment, that is success in some way and helping other people to be able to achieve success in their lives. That's our common purpose, is to build a place where that kind of wisdom and advice can be given so that people can take it and run with it and make it make sense in their lives, apply it, and hopefully see all of the success and peace and whatever else they're searching for as a result. So I know that most of the time when you're thinking about a board, you think about some kind of corporate environment. Think about a whole bunch of men in suits, with a long, boring 2-3 hour meeting talking about financials and whatever else, right? But the way I wanted us to look at it is, think about those people that you call when something goes right, when something goes wrong, when something's interesting, when something's funny. Who are you talking to? If you say yourself, cool, right? But for some of us, for most of us, we're calling somebody else. So my board, it's very diverse. It ranges in ages, and interests and gender and race and all kinds of different ways. Like mine is a melting pot of people, perspectives, and experiences. And I love it because I've learned so much. It has benefited me so much in my life to have met and had the privilege of talking to and learning from different kinds of folks. So typically, we start off with our parents and our siblings, family that you're talking to on a regular basis. You grew up with them. They know you, you know them. You call your mama for advice if you need something from her. You call your sister, to talk about whatever. Call your brother to talk about whatever. For me, it also includes my cousins, who I grew up with like siblings, my grandparents, my grandfather. I talk to him all the time. My dad, I talk to him all the time. But then I've met other people as well along the way that are still in my life, who have granted me with so much perspective. Specifically, I would say they have helped me to see things in a different light and ultimately expanded my horizons in many ways. It's important for us to take a step back as we enter into this realm, right, that I'm creating. I want for us to take a step back and look around and say, who are those people that I call when things go right? Who are those people that I call when things are not going the way I need them to go? Who are those people that I call when I just need to vent or I need to cry? Or also, arguably even more importantly, who are the people that I don't call or I avoid calling, but I know as soon as I see them or as soon as I talk to them about something, I'm gonna hear something I don't want to hear, but I need to hear. Those are also very important people to have in your life. So I want for us to think about it in those terms. And then let's take it a step further. We know who our board is now around us currently, but now it's time to start curating intentionally more in the coming year and beyond. I want us to start curating a group of people that align with where we want to go in life or who we want to be, even if we don't know where we want to go yet. So right now I see a lot of things about clearing out your timeline on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. If the people that you're following, the accounts that you're following aren't where you want to be, if you're not learning something from them, if you're not seeing them and being inspired by them in some way, unfollow them. You don't need to see it. You want to create an experience that you're looking at on a regular basis that teaches you something or that in the very least inspires you to do whatever it is you've set your mind to, or just expands your horizon so that you see what's possible. So that's kind of how we have to be with our board that we're building as well. So on this platform, I'll invite so many different kinds of people, individuals that are in uber professional corporate environments, to military, to ministry, to you name it. We're going to come up with all kinds of stuff so that we can have very, very grounded, informative conversations about what's going on in the world around us, address those big things, but also talk about those small things that we're dealing with and we're wrestling with on a day-to-day basis. Very, very, very excited to see how this is received, how many people could possibly take a lot of positive things away from it, because that's really what I want. This is something that I like to do because if you know me, I'm a yapper and I've always been a yapper. So I love a good conversation, but I really want to be able to have conversations, have interactions that are fruitful and that people can take something away from. And so that's why the Boardroom was created. I saw something the other day, don't know exactly where it comes from or if it's in a book somewhere or what, but it says that there will always be a reason why you meet people. Either you need them to change your life or you're the one who helps to change theirs. Every connection carries meaning, whether brief or lasting. Some people cross your path to teach lessons, spark growth, or shift your direction. Others need your presence, wisdom, or kindness to help them evolve. Relationships aren't random. They're an exchange of energy, shaping both lives in ways that may only be clear in hindsight. I can't tell you how many situations I've had like that, where I don't understand why I met this person. I don't understand why I experienced this with this person or these people in the moment, right? You're mad, you're upset, you're hurt, whatever. But then you can go back and you can look at it, as they say, hindsight's 2020, and say, you know what? We may have crossed paths just for this specific reason, whether it was to serve you in some way or to serve the other person. Again, perspective. Being able to look back on it and say, I benefited in some way, even if it was only, say it with me, class, character building. Your interactions with people matter. Who you have around you matters. And who you are to other people matters. And you can significantly change a life, significantly change perspective just by opening yourself up to those different kinds of experiences. So again, that's why I'm so excited. That's why I'm passionate about this platform and about what I want it to stand for. Wisdom, discernment, perspective, guidance, tough love. None of us see success in life without leaning on or learning from someone who has provided in some way one or all of those things. The people around us matter. So it becomes imperative in our life that we are selective and intentional about who we have around us, and constantly nurturing those relationships. Who you're interacting with and who you're pulling into your circle and onto your board is something that I have learned it's key to success. And in this podcast, I want for us to spend time intentionally building a board the likes of which this world has never seen, y'all. I want us to build community, and I want for us to create an environment that is so rich in wisdom, perspective, guidance, that not only is it impactful for those that are hearing from these experts, but that anybody who hears about this, anybody who interacts with the Boardroom podcast, with anybody who listens to the Boardroom podcast, whoever you're talking to, that the love and yearning and thirst for knowledge is just, it's palpable. That's what I want. And I may be dreaming big, kids, but I am looking to build something that I feel like I would have loved to have seen or had for myself many years ago. So, welcome, y'all. I have so much in store for us. Follow the podcast on Facebook and on Instagram. We are the Boardroom Podcast _ on Instagram, the Boardroom Podcast, and just the Boardroom Podcast on Facebook. And then you can follow me personally as well. I'm at Stay Gracious. My name is Grace Burns. I'm the host, and I love to say a whole bunch of really fancy things about myself, but here's the real, y'all. I am someone who, through life experience, has learned that there's so much value in learning from people and listening and watching. And that's why something like this is so exciting to me, because it just creates another way to do it. Everything that I've succeeded in, I can honestly say a large part of that can be attributed to the people that have poured into me, 1,000%. Yes, I can take things and run with it, but to take for granted just the people that I've had around me who have invested in me would be absolutely insane, because there are so many people who do not have it. But for those folks out there who do not have it, you do now, because we're about to build you a board that is going to set you on the path to success, whatever that looks like for you. So tune in every Thursday from here until we're going to discuss some real topics here. This is serious business. So if y'all have anything that you specifically would like to talk about, or if you know someone who you think would be able to provide some really good perspective or advice from whatever area they are an expert in or are well versed in, send them my way. Reach out to me on social media and we can see about getting some people in here. So This is our platform. This is our medium for this kind of conversation. So I want you guys to be getting everything that you can from it. And I so look forward to interacting with you and hearing more perspective and feedback from you about, what you're taking away from it. So again, y'all, welcome to the boardroom. Pull up a chair. Let's talk.